next option is called configure global security. This is the area I'm going to say how I'm going to authenticate and authorize users to the Jenkins. Okay, we'll see a detailed example using a role-based access control in the upcoming lab. So, where by default Jenkins has a own database in that the users will be managed. That is what we have seen. Like there is an area we can create users and remove users, right? That we can see it. Okay, or otherwise you can ask Jenkins to authenticate against your LDAP. In the corporate, you have a AD or LDAP. So you can configure it to communicate to the AD or LDAP. From there, it can get authenticated. Or otherwise, in the mission, you have a Unix users, right? In that you want to manage that. That is also you can do. Or otherwise, you can remove the complete authentication at all. Okay. So this is the none. And next is authorization. Okay. I have authenticated the user. So the next step will be how I am going to authorize, who can do what kind of action. Okay. So the default is logged in user can do anything. Okay. So there is some more option called matrix-based security and project-based security. In the role-based access control, we will see that option. Okay. We'll create a group. This set of group of users can do something on the particular job. And I have another set of users who can do a different set of actions in the another job. So those kind of things, we will see it in the authorization strategy. Okay, we'll see a detailed lab on this. How to control who can log into the system and also who can do what kind of activities on that. This is on the authentication and authorization. And next is markup formatter. So if I want to communicate to AD, I need to send a SAML request, right? That SAML request, what should be the format? That is what we are going to do here. Agent. So on what port number my agent should be communicating to the master? Okay. When I add a node, there are two ways you can do it. One is the master will be connecting to the node. The other method is the node will be connecting to the master. Okay. So we'll see about when we are adding the node, we'll come back and see here. So default, it will be disabled. So we'll come back and see that how to use that. And next is your CSRF protection. That is like whenever a user is created, there will be a session managed for the user, right? So how the session management should happen. So if you have a different system to connect and then do the session management, you can select it. And if you're running behind the proxy, there could be problem with the session management. So you can, if you want to say that, okay, users are getting some errors when they run behind a proxy, you can enable the proxy compatibility. You can use it. And then if you want to see any security warnings that has been disabled, you can just see it here. And if you want to manage the API, you can just see it here. Next is whether I should enable SSH for my Jenkins server. So the Jenkins itself will be able to receive commands via SSH. That is what this option on the SSH. Normally it will be disabled. That's okay. So these are all the options you see in the global security.